Welcome
Perfect.
to this week's deep dive, and I've got a special guest for you guys. Alex Lindell, yeah? Have I pronounced it correctly, Alex?
Yeah, it's correct, but it's Axel.
Oh, well, Axel Lindell. That's all good. I just got the letters round the wrong way. Axel,
Yeah,
you are part owner of this magnificent brand called Sisuman. And is that
yeah,
pronounced correctly? Sisuman.
absolutely correctly. Yeah,
And Sisuman makes some exquisite cigar and pipe accessories.
yeah,
And it was one of you guys in the forum who, in a thread, mentioned this firm. And I did some investigation on it because I have been in retail of cigars for 25 years. And one of the banes in my life has been finding accessories that work, specifically lighters, that stand the test of time. I've been through Calibri, I've been through Prometheus, I've been through many of the top brands, even DuPont, and I still get disappointed in terms of longevity, consistency of lighters. And it's a major issue for me. And it's one I wanted to solve. So I reached out to Axel and I said, look, I want to buy some of your lighters. And you were so kind, mate. You said, no, I'll send you some lighters. I said, no, I want to buy the lighters because I think that if I've spent my own coin, then I'm evaluating them as if my members are evaluating these lighters. And I have come back from 3 weeks away in Europe where I used your lighter extensively. And I used both. I took the soft flame. You've got a lovely soft flame and you've
yeah,
got a torch. And the torch is just hefty in the hand. It works every damn time. It's got a nice canister to it. So I can get about 15 cigars out of that torch lighter. And I'm handing it around as other people are lighting at the same time. It's easy to fill. But I'm a sucker for the soft flame as well. I'm a
yeah,
sucker for soft flame. If I can use a soft flame, I will. So having said that, I reached out to you and I said, I want to get you on a deep dive. I want to understand your philosophy. And one thing that really intrigues me is that you're in Finland,
yeah,
and which is not known as one of the great makers of lighters or even cigar. It's always been great at tooling, but I've never seen a product really come out of Finland. I just wanted to, what is your backstory? How did you start this?
yeah. That's a great question. And before I answer, I'll just light my cigar as well because I
Oh,
saw that
please.
you're all smoking. So today I have actually can't remember. This cigar is from New York in Manhattan. It's a store that they roll their own cigars, and I had no idea what it is, but I absolutely love this. And maybe I can check out later what it's called. But yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
we don't have any bands. It's right smack in the center of Manhattan. But these are really, really good.
So just a straight pyramid, yeah?
Yeah, just a straight pyramid. I mean, yeah. And let's use the torch for this. But yeah, as you said, so the story began that my partner Alexander actually founded the company some years back, and he's actually
I knew there was an Alexander in this
yeah,
somewhere. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Okay. So Axel and Alexander started this. Go.
yeah. And Alexander is actually a blacksmith or a welder by trade, and he made he just wanted to make a scissor, so he made a scissor basically for the cigars, and then he made the soft flame lighter basically. But he really didn't know, he didn't smoke cigars. He just thought that they looked cool, and he used them for other stuff basically, and maybe one cigar a year.
I've got your scissors. It's got to be the sharpest set of scissors I think I've ever used on a cigar. Brilliant.
Yeah, and that's like the first two products, and back then he made some other products as well for like beard care and stuff like that. But I saw the scissors. in Cigar Aficionado magazine as a best buy option, best in under 100 euros or something like that. And I just read the article, and it said that okay, it's based in Finland. And I said, there's no companies like this in Finland, absolutely not. And then it was actually based in my hometown town of Turku. And I said, absolutely not. It cannot be true. So I just called Alexander and asked what he's doing, and he told me his story. And I said on the same spot that okay, I'll join you, and let's start doing only cigar things, and let's blow it up basically. And so we stopped with everything else, concentrated on the cigar stuff, and it took us maybe 2 years to get other products out because as I told you, Rob, earlier also, that we really do make products for ourselves, and the testing periods are really long before we are satisfied with the products. And I give them out to my friends, and they're good friends because they tell me straight away if it's really bad, or if it's okay.
Yeah, I think we all need friends like that. I manufacture cigars, and can I tell you, they can be brutal
Yeah.
in their feedback, which is what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't want those yes men around, because then we're gonna have bigger problems later on, right?
Absolutely.
I talked so much that I forgot to smoke the cigar, so it went out for a bit. But
No, you take your time. We got plenty of time.
yeah,
It's good.
but that's how it started, and now we have been doing this for like three years full on, developing new products, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, around 8 or 9 different products regarding, and we have probably two or three more products coming out this year still, and then the pipeline is quite long, but we try to stay away from basically like from unnecessary stuff, that really just do things that we want to use or we really need to use.
Yeah, it's true. When it comes to your soft flame, so that's where it started in terms of lighters. I assume
Yeah,
it's your soft flame lighter.
yeah.
And it was mainly for pipes at that point. Is that where you initially, or you had a dual thought process?
Well, it was mainly created just as a lighter, basically.
As a
There
lighter?
wasn't that sort, because Alexander, he didn't smoke pipes, he really didn't smoke cigars, but at some point he started marketing it for cigars. But now in the past, like maybe 1.5 years ago, the pipe community, especially in Germany, really found the soft flame lighter. And they have been now the pipe community is basically larger than the cigar community for the soft flame lighter that we have, because it's naturally coming out in a way that it's suitable for pipes, the flame.
And you manufacture the soft flame 100% in Finland?
No, we do the soft flame and the torch overseas. So what we do is get all the parts and all that, they get shipped to Alexander in Turku. Then if we get the lighters today, then we start assembling them and testing them. So they're going to be like 3 weeks at Alexander's, and we fill them up a few times with gas, and we maybe change the lids, and so we make sure that it's 100% accurate, but it's very time consuming. So for example,
so you're building the lighter from scratch effectively. The parts come in and you build the lighter.
yeah, sometimes, well, even though if it's pre-built, we basically have to take apart every other lighter to make it perfect. And for example, I talked to Alexander yesterday that is there, what's the latest with the numbers, and he said that we have sold a couple of thousand of lighters this year, and we have had 3 returns on those lighters, and Alexander was able to fix it in a few minutes, and we shipped it back. But our like the core philosophy is that these lighters don't break, and of course they can break, but you yourself can fix it. So we have tutorials on our website with the videos how to change any part basically on the lighter, and we sell those spare parts as well. So once you buy a lighter, you shouldn't have to buy another lighter for a very, very long time.
So you sold a couple of thousand lighters, you've had 3 returns.
Yeah. But that's what I'm telling Alexander, that maybe we should lower the standards just a little bit, because it's very time consuming. But thus far we are quite happy with the results. But yeah.
Do I remember correctly? You fill each lighter and test the bleed.
Yeah. So they sit for 2 weeks at the workshop. So we test them that they don't leak, and after that we empty them out, refill them, and do another test, and then we again take the gas out, and then we ship it. And of course,
yeah, wow.
And there, of course, is a lot, not a lot, but a few percentages that leak. And if we would just ship them out, that number of 3 returns would be something totally different. But that's the quality control that we try to keep.
That's amazing quality control, QC. I mean, coming from an industry that isn't really known for quality control, I'm talking more here about Cuban cigars.
Yeah.
And as I said, having retail top end lighters, I mean, lighters that cost $300-400 at the best of times. The bane of my life was certainly returns to the manufacturer on behalf of it, and often within 6 months.
Yeah.
And it got to the point I stopped retailing top end lighters because it was less than 1% of my profit, but 99% of my problems.
Yeah.
It just made no sense whatsoever. Your design philosophy in terms of,
well,
they're both, how would you describe them? Go for it.
Well, it's all started from basically this lighter and all the soft flame, and we wanted to make like that, a little bit of that old school, like American hot rod style that works good. I mean, we both drive motorcycles and love the Harleys and choppers and all of that stuff. So that's like the inspiration behind this. And then all the other products have just followed basically this same material, same design. Of course, we have to make some compromises sometimes about the looks. For example, the torch is a little bit different just to get it working perfectly, so to say. But yeah, that's basically where we started from.
I love the weight. I love the feel. I love the weight of the lighter.
Yeah.
It feels substantial. Everything feels of a high quality. At every aspect. As I said, I've traveled Europe with it for the last 4 weeks, really. There's not a mark on the lighters. Like they're sturdy. They don't scratch up. They still look like they've come out of the box.
Yeah.
So a lot of thought has gone into it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely this is my soft flame from around 3 or 4 years ago, and I've had it like with my keys, like just in the bag without any protection, and it looks fairly good still. And even though if at some point you become if you're not happy with the looks, you can actually change the bottom, you can change this outer shell as well, and just keep the insides of the lighter, and it looks just as new. So you can change like every single part on this lighter.
So your soft flame was a lay down misère success. You no problems at all.
Yeah.
Then you went to the dark side, and I call it the dark side, which is the torch, which to me is much more difficult to get right.
It's the bane in Alexander's life at the moment, because the testing for the soft flame is quite easy, but then the leaks and the testing for the torch before we send it out, that's it's tenfold basically the work there. It's much more difficult. But even with this torch, we have started to sell the spare parts, so even a customer can change the tubes inside. You need to have precise hands, but it's very much doable, and we have had customers do it. So again, that was a must for us when selling these, because we want it to last basically. But it's a much more complicated product and prone to faults, but that's where the testing comes in. Definitely, that we need to send out top quality products.
For our members, But
Yeah.
what would be your top hints in terms of lighter maintenance, in terms of keeping it going and keeping it going well?
Well, definitely the first for me, and just what I've learned, unfortunately, from experience, that you need to have high quality butane, like pure butane. Don't save on that. I mean, they're quite cheap anyway. So just the top quality butane, like for example, DuPont, Davidoff, or Cigar, or whatever it is, but really top quality butane is the most important one, because otherwise they're going to get clogged up quite easily. And then after that, probably that try to keep the lighter as clean as possible, that you really don't want dust and dirt and everything like that to go in. And that's why I mean, once you light the lighter, you know that the gas is flowing straight away, right? When you open the lid like this,
Yeah.
the gas is going out. And that's what it's quite a good thing, because once the lid shuts, this is actually the thing that it's keeping the gas out, which means that this lid is very, very tight. It's very snug, and that helps to keep the dirt out from the burners. So
I've always found that I always have just an air canister, because when you light a cigar, you're going to get eventually some ash is going to fall within the I suppose the ignition section of the flame. So I like to blow it out once in a while. Outside of that and good fuel, there's not much else really that you can do, is there?
Yeah. If you have that air canister, that's really good, and that's usually when people email us about some problems, that's usually like the first thing that we say, that okay, empty it, good fuel in an air canister, and I would say that 97% of the time that's the issue, and it works again.
Okay, they're fairly easy to get your flame right in terms of adjusting of the flame. I didn't have an issue with that. The filling of it's quite easy. Adjustment of the flame on the torch, it's pretty much it's almost one setting, isn't it, for the torch? It's
well,
I've got that on full. I've got
Yeah.
got the right thing. And that's basically where it gets to on a full flame. So like some lighters get up to about there. I hate that. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I've seen something a little bit, but we wanted actually to limit it, that you don't, because otherwise it starts flaring up, and that's like I don't even have it on that max setting. Of course, I have one lighter in my hunting backpack, and when it's outside, it's very windy. That one I have on max power, just so it works every time. But when I'm inside like this, I try to keep it as on a pretty low level myself, and also not to burn the cigar too quickly, because with the dual jets, it's quite hot.
You've gone into getting away from. You sent me. I actually ordered it, but your little ashtray.
Yeah.
Which is just a beautiful piece of engineering.
Thank you.
From a solid block, yeah.
Yeah, solid block, and so we wanted to do it one-sided, but we noticed that the shipping costs are quite high, so then we decided to make it dual sided.
I was wondering why you did that. It makes sense.
That we are quite practical here in Finland, and that's why we did it. So.
Okay, so it cuts down the weight of the product.
Yeah.
And what made you go into doing a little travel pack?
Well, that's quite easy, and I don't mean to speak ill of any competitors, because at least the one starting with X, I have probably all of their products myself. But I noticed that my travel humidor, it was leaking. I had to change the Boveda pack all the time in that. So we decided to, okay, let's make our own. And this is really a good product, because we haven't had zero returns on this. All the retailers have loved it thus far. It's really Did you fly with this? Did you have your cigars in this one?
It took me a day to open it after I flew.
Exactly, and that's the message, that it's really tight. It's really tight.
Yeah, I know. I took this with me to Europe, and
Yeah,
it is. And I thought, you know what? I thought it's just another Zika. I thought it's just going to be a Zika, or it's going to be one of the other brands, an Otterbox, or whatever you want to call them.
yeah,
Until I flew with it, and then you
yeah,
realize that no, it's actually on another level above.
yeah.
You know,
Then what
yeah, super
I
sturdy.
I had my cigar box with me, like out and about in the city when I was smoking, and I always rested my cigars on top of the cigar box. But as you know, the cigar box is flat, so that's why we made the grooves into this, so it's actually my cigar holds on the box without rolling away.
I didn't even notice that.
Something
I
that
didn't
I
even
use
notice that.
all the time. But
Yeah, true.
that's the reason for it. That otherwise it rolls away. So again, very practical approach to the design.
That was very good. I was very impressed. I was very impressed. Your other product lines that you're looking at bringing out, is there what? I mean, how many people are in the group? There's yourself. There's
Yeah,
Alexander. Do you have other team members there?
we don't have other team members, but I'm a member of the like the cigar. Well, we have the one cigar club in Helsinki where it's still legal to smoke, but there I have quite a lot of friends, so that's where I do a lot of my product testing, so to say. And of course, there I try to listen to, well, mostly I listen to myself that what product do I want, but I try to listen to them as much as possible as what we actually need. For example, we were now in Prague, in Europe, for a cigar golfing trip, and all of our lighters were taken away in the customs in Helsinki. So we had one lighter for the whole group of like 18 players, and that's where I decided that okay, we need to make a travel lighter that is 100% legit to take, and the gas tank has to be large, and it has to be a single fuel in order to preserve the lighter. But as I said, now we have started the design, but it's going to be at least half a year before we can bring that out. It's a lot. Yeah,
That's what that's what really attracted me to yourself and your brand is that you're not going out there and making the next 30 products
no,
because it defies your internal strategy, your internal culture. And your internal culture, it just stands out as one about quality
yeah,
and quality control. I mean,
yeah,
and it's always interesting. You see firms that come out with some really good products,
yeah.
and within 5 years they've expanded to such an extent that everything seems to go backwards.
Yeah,
And
if you look at the like, of course, the big brands. I mean, why do you need to have 200 different lighters? It's basically crazy for me. But it might sell better, but it seems like a waste of just effort somehow.
no, I must say I use your. I've actually stopped using my cheap plastic lighters, which is what I normally use around there. I've got thousands of them around the
Yeah,
place,
yeah,
and I've been using yours exclusively simply because I love the feel and I love the reliability of them.
perfect.
And yeah, it works. So I've taken them up to the deck, which is we've got a cigar deck where our guys get together
Yeah,
and smoke. And they have fallen in love with them. So I know they're putting orders in with you. But the other thing I really like is the price point.
yeah,
Actually, I mean, these are not expensive lighters. I mean, I think they retail at 69 euro or something along those lines there.
yeah.
69 euro for a yeah. It's that's for the quality that you're getting. That's a hell of a low price point. Was that again part of your philosophy to put it in people's hands?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, absolutely. Like many of the like cigar advisors that we talk to, or the retailers, they're amazed and at the price point, and they keep telling us that it should be 99 euros or 119 euros for the torch. But but we have not wanted to go that route because still we would be happier to see this lighter in the hands of like actually every cigar smoker in the world. And we think that this price point is you really get a lot of product for the amount of money that you
No,
are.
yeah, no, you've sold me on it, and I know you're going to sell a ton to our members. You do a direct retail, don't you, as well? I mean, that's the other great thing. You actually ship from Finland,
Yeah, so
so business to consumer.
that's our main channel. Now for the past 12 months, we have gotten into retail as well. So we are in, of course, Finland, but just this year, we haven't even been in retail shops in Finland before that. And now we're also everywhere in Estonia, in a lot of places in Germany. So also, if there is any retailers listening to this, that we are more than happy to discuss. And we have those like the good regular margins again on the product. So it's a good retail product to have because it stands out from the other lighters as well. It's something different.
No, it's good. Well, I'd certainly, to all of our FOH members, for those who have been scared off premium lighters, this is not a premium price for what is a premium lighter. And I would recommend you get, I'd recommend you get one of each. I think get the soft flame as well as the torch, because it's not a huge imposting cost. And you do some bundle deals there as well. I know there's 10% off in some bundles, if I remember correctly. And all this will be done on the bottom of this video. Guys, go to the website, check it out, and really just do yourselves a favor and pick up these lighters. Not just pick up the lighters because they're great lighters and you're going to enjoy them. I know you're going to enjoy them, but also it's so rare, Axel, to find people who are passionate in this industry doing boutique, unique product. And I think as a community, we need to always support people who are doing this. And they've got a very, very good mailing list. So as new products come out, stay on the mailing list. They really run it as part of a community, and you get that feeling come through. And that's how we've cut our teeth in our community. We support each other. We look for good things, and if we see something that's great, we spread the word. So spread the word on this. And plus, he's a hunter and a shooter. There he is. Where are you now? Where are you now? You're shooting and fishing this week. Where are you?
Yeah, I have a free week, so I'm in the archipelago of Finland, in the very south. It's a very big archipelago actually. So I'm doing fishing for pike and perch and pike perch, and then we have 4 or 5 driven hunts here with the dogs hunting for deer on the island. So we have a lot of deer in this part. So that's something that I'm doing this week, and smoking a few cigars meanwhile.
Well, mate, can I say congratulations on what you're doing? You've certainly sold me. I showed Rob Fox your lighters, so I know he's going to reach out in terms of stuff for JJ Fox in London, and I think that you deserve every success. Thank you for what you're doing. I think and don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not making 1 cent out of promoting this at all. In fact, this is going to go, your orders will go straight to Axel. Axel sort you guys out, get all that done. It just gives me immense pleasure to spread the word in probably the best accessory that I've come across in the cigar world in many, many years. Again, congratulations. I think you're going to have, I know you've got a huge success on your hands, and I hope that the FOH community, I know they'll support you 100%.
Well, we're really humbled to hear your kind words. We really do appreciate it. Thank you.
That's a pleasure, mate. Absolute pleasure. Okay, that's it for this week's deep dive. Get on that link, order your lighters, order the cutters. The scissors are great. The little ashtray is great. They've got some great bundles there, but you've actually just found yourself something that's going to be a constant companion. And I think when it comes to accessories, that's what we always love, is something that's good and reliable and ends up being a companion to this magnificent hobby that we have. Until next week. Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye.